Hey everyone, my name is Chad Kalugai. This is my presentation for my Gaming 225 class. I'm in section 1002, and my presentation is on Las Vegas, specifically downtown Fremont Street. So, just to give you a brief overview of what I'll be discussing, I provided a table of contents. So, the first part will be the history of downtown Fremont Street. The second part will be the building phase to present day, and the third part will be the recent projects on Fremont Street and the future. So, for downtown Fremont Street history, the origin of the name Fremont Street came from an explorer and politician. His name was John C. Fremont. Fremont Street was first built in 1905, and later in 1925 it became the first paved road in Las Vegas. Through that time, Fremont Street was a commerce center, and it had like a whole bunch of different shops. And also at the time when gambling wasn't legal, there was illegal gambling taking place. So from the building phase to present day, Fremont Street became Fremont Street Experience, and this took place in 1996. And instead of like the cars going through the street, it became a pedestrian mall, and no cars were allowed to go down the street. So, I would want to talk about the three of my favorite casinos or gambling halls on Fremont Street, and that would be Binion's Horseshoe, Golden Gate Casino, and Golden Nugget. So Binion's Horseshoe was owned by Benny Binion in 1951, and Benny Binion had a vision of good food, good whiskey, and good gambling. Um, Binion's Horseshoe offered carpeted floors and AC, which was not standard among the other gambling halls on Fremont Street. Benny Binion was the first casino owner to offer transportation to and from the airport, and it's also claimed to be the place that made poker famous. Um, Benny Binion bought Boulder Club, which was right next door, in 1960, and this was to expand. And also in 1988, they bought the Mint Hotel to expand more. Binion's Horseshoe isn't owned by Benny Binion anymore. It's actually owned by TLC Casino Enterprise, which happened in 2008. The next one would be Golden Gate Casino by Italo Gelfi, and he managed the casino for over 40 years. In this hotel, the rooms were $1 per day, and it had lighting and ventilation, which was very nice at that time. And it also had Las Vegas's first telephone. In 1931, when gambling was legalized again, they had a name change to Sal Sajiv, which, if you read it backwards, it reads Las Vegas. So I thought it was a nice, funny play on words. Um, and yeah, so the next one is Golden Nugget, and this was owned by Guy McAfee in 1946. And as we learned in our lectures through this class, we learned that Guy McAfee was actually a vice cop, and he was from Los Angeles. And in a sense, he kind of turned to the dark side and started building his own places, having his own business from the exact same thing he was fighting against. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That's what makes it one of the most exciting casinos to learn about for me. Later on, it was bought by Steve Wynn, who added the hotel towers that shoot up into the sky, and it was later bought by MGM in 2000. And there are a couple more owners after MGM, but today it is now owned by Landry's. So I'm going to share with you a quick video of the Fremont Street experience.
Fremont Street, which stretches between Main Street and Sahara Avenue, was the first paved street in Las Vegas. Been famous since then and has earned a unique name of its own, Glitter Gulch. Think of any movie or a television show that captures Vegas nightlife scenes. It has a glimpse of Fremont Street's neon signs and grand casinos, like the Fremont Hotel and Casino, Golden Nugget, and Four Queens Hotel and Casino. For those thinking downtown may not give you a fun and thrilling experience, think twice. Fremont Street is where gambling began, and is also home to some of the city's biggest attractions, including the Fremont Street experience. People exploring Fremont Street have many options to choose from. We've compiled some of the action-packed highlights to base your experience on. Fremont Street offers visitors an unforgettable experience of watching the world's most giant video screen, VivaVision. The screen boasts 16.4 million pixels that are about 1,400 feet long and 90 feet wide. It is suspended at 90 feet above the street's famous pedestrian mall, lined by iconic hotels and casinos. The light canopy covers the entire street and broadcasts themed lights and sound shows throughout the day. Access to this unforgettable experience is free of cost. Wouldn't it be exciting to give air fives to pedestrians walking on Fremont Street? People who come to Las Vegas seeking for a thrilling experience should try Slotzilla Zipline. You will never forget the experience when you are soaring like a superhero at 114 feet height through the dazzling neon signs and tall hotels under the world's most enormous canopy and light show. If you're lucky, you may also see live music performances and celebrity impersonators along the ride. The pedestrian mall at Fremont Street boasts a wide array of street performers, from musicians to acrobats and magicians. These performers are singing for their supper. A license is required to perform at the mall, so you can be sure that the entertainment will be moderated by local laws and standards. The performers must use the city-designated circles painted on the ground as their stage.
Okay, so that was just a brief overview of the Fremont Street experience. I thought it was a nice video to show you what it looks like today and the different attractions and different casinos or stores that they have on the street. For me, I'm a local, but it's still very exciting to see all that it has to offer. I feel like I've walked down that street so many times, but there's always something new or something changing. So. And we'll move on to the next slide. This slide talks about the recent projects and the future of Fremont Street. So like in the video clip that I showed you, it definitely highlighted the overhead video screen. And like I said, when everything's changing in Fremont, whenever I'm walking around, I haven't really seen the same thing twice while looking up at the overhead video screen. It's very long. It goes all the way down. And it's just really pretty just to look up, and it's definitely a different experience if you haven't seen it before. One of the most recent projects is Circa, and they are one of the newest resorts or casinos here in Las Vegas, and they're on Fremont Street. It's huge. You have to be 21 to get in, so it's more geared to like adults rather than families. Even at like the front door, you have to show your ID just to get in. And on the other side of Fremont, other than like the gambling halls, we have the bars and clubs over there. And that's pretty popular among like some of the college students here at UNLV. I named a few of them on here. The three that I listed are We All Scream, Commonwealth, and Lucky Day. There are tons of other places that you could visit on Fremont Street, but those are what I think are like the three main bars or clubs over there. And for the future, I do plan on seeing more gambling halls, maybe them getting renovated because they got bought out. And on the other side of the bars and clubs, I definitely see more opening up or them changing into different places as well. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to give you a presentation on downtown Fremont Street. I really enjoyed presenting to you, and I do hope that you learned something from this. Here are my references in case you want to review. But other than that, thank you so much for your time. Have a great night.